ProSeries Basic, new for 2017. Based on customer feedback and industry trends, we've added some great functionality to 2017 ProSeries. And here's a brief look at just a few of the things we added to make ProSeries Tax even better. I'm going to discuss the following topics: new security enhancements, a feature called locking tax returns, and the 2018 tax law and how we've applied that law to our what if worksheets and our tax planner. Let's take a look in the product. So in terms of security, we've implemented several new things for 2017, and one of those is we do now require a login to log into ProSeries Basic. The login must be changed every 90 days, and we will notify you when the login needs to change. And if there is 30 minutes of inactivity on the computer, it will also require a new login. What we found over the last year to 2 years is that fraudsters are now pointing to the tax offices and trying to get data or steal data. So this is a good way to have your program locked up so no one can just come in and access your client files. Another thing we've done is we've implemented you can print returns now and mask all personally identifiable information on all copies of the returns other than the government copy. So things like the Social Security number, bank account numbers, and all of that for your client copy and for your own copies can now be masked. Okay. We also, even on their screens, like the Social Security field you see on the home base is masked. Or if I open up a particular tax return, let's say John and Sally, when I go into initial screens like the federal information worksheet, you'll see areas like Social Security where we mask the data. Now, if I click on that field, I can see the real social, but as soon as I leave the field, we go ahead and mask it for security purposes. The other thing the IRS did last year is they started implementing a thing called a W-2 verification code, and they're running a very large test. Some payroll providers are printing this verification code on the W-2s that your clients get. So it's a good idea that if you get that code, go into ProSeries on the W-2 screen and enter the verification code here. It's not mandatory for e-file, but it's a good idea and just another level of security for you. Okay? The next feature I want to talk about is locking tax returns. So this is a feature, and this is different than password protection. If I password a client file in ProSeries Basic, that means no one can get in without the password. But you may want to lock a return once it's been finalized and e-filed so that someone else doesn't go in and make an inadvertent change. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I have a return here for Tom and Cindy Howe. I've just e-filed it. It's been accepted. Now I want to lock it so no one goes in and makes any changes to it. I highlight the client. Under the Tools menu, I select Lock, Unlock Files, and say Lock Clients. Okay, and I select that, and it says Lock Client Operations Successful. We put a new column on our home base screen showing a padlock, and any client with a padlock means they're locked. Now again, locking means you can still open the return, but it's going to be a read-only file. I can't change the data. So if I double-click on Tom and Cindy, okay, it opens it, but if I try to click a field, all the fields have been disabled. So I can still look at my data, I can review the return as I normally would, I just can't make any changes to the tax return. So that was something that was a highly requested item that we implemented. Very happy to have that in there for 2017. The last thing I want to talk about, with all the new tax laws, the largest changes in tax laws in probably the last 30 years, you're getting a lot of questions from your clients about, hey, what is this going to do to my 2018 tax return? So we've implemented all the 2018 tax laws into the 2017 program for purposes of tax projections and planning. So let me open up my client file again, John and Sally Jones. And there are two places to do this. We have one called the What If worksheet. This is just a really quick, down and dirty kind of look at one column versus the next. So I want to so the first thing it does is it brings in all the numbers from 2017. And I've clicked to copy column 1 to column 2, so I've got the same information here. All I have to do is check this box to use the 2018 rates, and everything changes in this column. Okay, you'll start seeing things like, if I scroll down, let me go down a little further, like things like the itemized deductions, the standard deduction being doubled, and the elimination of the personal exemptions. So all the law has been applied, and you can print out this really nice what if worksheet. If you want to get a little more extensive, we also have a planning worksheet that you can open. And right now it's already brought in the 2017 data, but you can do multiple year projections or same year, but maybe multiple cases within a particular year. So I'm going to select Plan 1, and I'm going to do that for 2018. I'll maybe Plan 2, I want to project out to 2019, and Plan 3, let's go as far out to 2020. So again, all of the tax laws have been implemented here. If I scroll down, you can see here that everything is changed based on the new tax law. And then I can drill in and get in there and maybe add a Schedule C or add wages to maybe next year they think their wages are going to be X number. I can put that in and really kind of do some really nice tax planning for my clients. So those are some of the new things in ProSeries for 2017. Again, we talked a little bit about security, about how you now have the ability to lock tax returns to avoid inadvertent changes, as well as really, really good tools, the What If worksheet and the planner for helping your client understand the ramifications of the 2018 tax laws. Thank you.